recorder, that's our audio.
So, your aim is not, is this true still?
What?
Your aim is not to look at the camera, it's to look at me.
Right.
Right. So, we're just gonna, we're just gonna ignore him. We're gonna ignore all of that stuff.
Done that for the last 5 years. That'll work.
Perfect.
That'll work.
Deacon Tony, I'm so excited we get to have this fireside chat today. We're talking a little bit about The Chosen. Tell me, I know you've seen it, what makes The Chosen such a special series?
Well, Jessie, first of all, thank you for asking me to join you here today. I was very excited about The Chosen. I've heard so much about it. And upon watching it, you know, it is so different than any of these other films that we've seen about Jesus or his ministry. And I did a little bit of research, and the film industry actually goes back to 1887. And you wouldn't think it would be that far back. And then the first film that came out of, about Jesus was a year later, 1888. So you could see he was a hot commodity at that time, and it still continues to be a hot commodity. You know, since then, hundreds of films have been produced, you know, about Jesus and about his life and the lifetime. I guess the question comes up, do these accurately portray Jesus as he really was? How do we know? We don't know that. You know, unless they were filmed during his time, which would have had to have been in black and white then, I would assume. But chances are they were not. You know, we have nothing to actually see what, you know, how Jesus was and how Jesus acted. And one of the things that really bothers me when I see films that depict Jesus, especially documentary type films, films of that nature, is that he is sanitized to the point of almost being a mannequin, you know, a holy mannequin. You'll see him, there's backlighting, you know, he almost glows from within. He walks kind of strange, slow, and talking, the way he talks, it just doesn't make any sense as to how somebody would talk in a, you know, in a normal conversation back and forth.
And The Chosen seems to, it's all at once in this moment in history. It happens to be released, but there's a timelessness about it because it's historically true to its time, right? There's a lot of research about how things are portrayed, the dress, the costumes, the settings, all of that. Sure. So it's sort of in this time, but beyond this time. Mm-hmm. So what do you think the message that The Chosen has for this moment in our cultural time right now, or this moment in salvation history?
Well, it's a good question. I think it tells us, or at least it showed me that Christ is one of us. No different. He is with us now, as you know, as much as he was, you know, at that time, but he is not somebody to be, and don't get me wrong on this when I say this, but he's not someone necessarily to be put up on a pedestal and stay away from. Yes, he is God, and yes, he deserves that, you know, that position. But to me, after watching the series, the Chosen series, I felt that Jesus was one of those guys. Hey, come on, let's go. We're gonna bowl a few lines. We're gonna have and that, you know, and that if that Chosen was done in today's period, we probably would be at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
He'd be at the Italian festival.
He'd be at the
playing
Italian
the games.
festival.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And Peter would be over there trying to rig the machine in his favor.
Yes.
So.
And Jesus would call him anyway.
He absolutely would.
Yeah.
Just like he calls all of us. Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to say today?
only if you haven't seen The Chosen, make an effort to watch the first episode. Just the first episode, first and second episode. You'll be hooked. You'll be hooked. I guarantee it. It just was a wonderful, wonderful series. I can't wait. I think there's a third season coming out pretty soon. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
You know, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. So this fall, Sacred Heart is sponsoring 8 weeks where we're inviting people to watch The Chosen on their own, and then they're gathering for a session.
Really?
And yes,
I didn't know that.
I know. We should go mark your calendar, Deacon.
Oh, that's right.
So Deacon Tony, you're going to be giving a little presentation to
Yes.
sort of kick off a summary of what you got out of that week's episode. And then folks will go to discussion groups, and we'll have babysitting for kids 0 to 3, thematic crafts for kids ages 4 through 8, and then teenagers, young adults, and adults will have discussion based on the little talk that you give and the show that they watched that week. It's kind of a neat thing.
It is, and I'm really looking forward to that. What I hope to do with each episode is to kind of put it in the context of our own lives and to comment on it, almost like a little mini homily type of thing. And but just to focus on one part of that one episode. We don't want to get it too gummed up, and from there people can extrapolate whatever they want from that.
That's great. I'm so grateful that you're doing that.
Oh, I'm honored to do it. It's my pleasure.
Great. Thanks for your time, Deacon.
Thank you. It's great being here.